You done goofed, Microsoft. You done goofed. How did you manage to leak not only your new upcoming system, your mid-gen refresh that you said didn't exist, not only a brand new controller, not only a laundry list of unannounced games, but you also leaked the fact that you're actively trying to purchase Nintendo, at least were at the time of an email. Who is responsible for this information? Because everyone thought the FTC leaked this information. Obviously, this is coming to us from the FTC court case, which we now have Microsoft and the Activision Blizzard situation going through. So people were like, oh, FTC is being petty. But no. Microsoft themselves leaked these documents that were redacted in the original information that we got from this court case, but then for some reason Microsoft made them publicly available. You can actually access this information on your own by going to the uscourts.gov website and seeing all this information, but there's a lot of stuff to talk about. So we're just gonna hop straight into it. Much like yesterday's video about the Nintendo Switch 2 leaks, these are all being done like under oath in a court of law. So you know, they're pretty realistic. And look, we even know what it looks like. Here's our Xbox Series X refresh. The Brooklyn with an I instead of a Y. So the Brooklyn will deliver 4K Generational 9 console gaming with more internal storage, faster Wi-Fi, reduced power, a more immersive controller, which we'll take a look at, and a beautiful redesign that elevates the all-digital experience of the Xbox ecosystem. That's right, kiddies. This cylinder that looks like Alexa, it has no disk drive on it. This is Microsoft's big push towards the all-digital future. They don't want you to have physical media. No company does. Let's get that clear. I'm not trying to dog on Xbox for this or anything like that. No company wants you to have physical media. There's a reason why they give you some sort of incentive to buy a game digitally, because they make more money on digital sales. They sell you the same game for the same price, but they don't have to worry about a Blu-ray disc or a cartridge. They don't have to worry about, well, nobody does an instruction manual, but they don't have to worry about packaging, a case, a box art, you know, stuff like that. All of that adds up in the long run to give you less profits than if somebody purchased something digitally. And plus, you can always take it away from them if you need to. Giving our fans more to love, a beautiful and innovative new design. Adorably all digital. More internal storage for games. So this has 2 terabytes instead of the 1 terabyte that we have on the current Xbox Series X. USB-C front port with power delivery. All new immersive controller, which we'll take a look at in a minute. And it comes in at $499. So they're going to be charging you the same price for this system that they're charging you for the standard Xbox Series X with a disk drive. Let that sink in. Updated technologies, has improved Wi-Fi, a modernized I/O, and 6nm die shrink for improved efficiency, whatever. And it's improved sustainability. It reduces power, has a new low power mode, 100% recyclable packaging. By spending $500 on this system, you are going to save the world. Why would you put that? Why would you put that? Nobody cares about crap like that. You are one person. You buying the Xbox Brooklyn instead of the Xbox Series X. You say, oh, I'm saving the world. Look at me. Shut up. Shut up. But yeah, an all digital Xbox Series X. That is something. Whew. They're trying to push this generation along, aren't they? You know, you got all those rumors about PlayStation making their new system with making a refresh with a detachable disk drive to sort of minimize disk drives out there. And then you got this. But like I said, there's a new controller and it actually is different. I know, it's shocking. Xbox usually uses the same controller over and over again, but it has Play Anywhere with Xbox Wireless 2, Direct to Cloud, interesting, and Bluetooth 5.2. Seamless pair and switch, you can do it with mobile devices. It has haptic feedback that doubles as speakers, an accelerometer, and quieter buttons and thumbsticks. So essentially, there's like gyro in this. There's haptic feedback in this, which the standard Xbox Series X controller that you get with your Xbox Series X, it doesn't have that. So that's actually an improvement. That's actually something interesting. Now, I'm not the biggest person in the world when it comes to like haptic triggers and stuff like that, but haptic feedback is nice, you know? So that's a big improvement. And then doubles as speakers as well. So, you know, that's pretty interesting. Oh, look, it's got a rechargeable and swappable battery, recycled materials and less resin, do good and feel good. Jesus, shut up. Shut up. You're not saving the world. You know what's saving the world? You not buying an Xbox. because now you're not wasting power on this. Like, shut up. But that is interesting that it has a rechargeable and swappable battery. That means no more AA batteries. That's actually what I use in my Xbox Series X controller, just some standard old AA batteries, and you know, it gets the job done. But that's an improvement. New modular joysticks, continued build improvements, approachability. It's approachable. Lift to wake. It knows when you lift it up. Love, lift us up where we belong. So a new controller, the Sebel, that comes packaged in with our all-new Xbox Series, or Xbox Brooklyn, I guess I should say, because I don't know if it's going to be called an Xbox Series something, maybe an Xbox Series Z or something like that. But you're getting this for $499, and it has 2 terabytes, and it has a better controller. You know, some people I think will hop on board with this. Some people, you know, they probably won't. Then you can see here a chart of everything going on here with the, you know, improvements on the controller and stuff like that, comparative to what we have now and all that sort of stuff. Okay, you know, all new stuff, a light refresh. You have a light refresh for an Xbox Series S with an Elwood, a all new version, an all new version. So there's 2. There's a Brooklyn and an Uther. Okay, there's large enhancements done to the controllers as well. You can see here they want to do the mid-generation, so they're going to announce the Elwood and the Brooklyn at the same time, which is this Xbox Series S that has 1 terabyte of memory, which I think we've already gotten. So obviously plans have changed a bit with that. But yeah, so new systems. Look, they're going to do a last chance on Edith for $199. This is what they want to do, this, that, and the other. Physical year. Oh wait, no. So the Sebel was announced. I don't know. According to this timeline, which we'll get into timeline stuff, this is actually supposed to be June of next year when these are supposed to be announced. But they did the refresh on the Series S already, so maybe plans changed or something like that. But obviously, very interesting stuff. But like I said, that's not the only stuff we have to talk about. What about some games here? Now, obviously, these physical years are from a different time perspective because of the fact that, you know, the pandemic probably changed some stuff up. But there's brand new titles in here that have not been announced yet from Xbox and Bethesda that we have to talk about. Games such as, oh, I don't know, an Oblivion remaster. An Oblivion remaster. And yes, I have heard through the grapevine that this is an actual thing. This is a thing that exists. It's being worked on right now. And you know what? I'm a big fan of Oblivion. I remember Hieronius Lex in that game, and I loved all the characters in that game. I could eat for a day off a single coin, and then you'd give them a coin and be like, thank you, kind sir. It's like, what are you, Jekyll and Hyde? Like, what the hell is going on here? But Oblivion remaster, Doom Year Zero and DLC. What is that? You heard of Doom Year Zero? Because I sure as hell haven't heard of Doom Year Zero. What about Ghostwire Tokyo sequel? What about a Fallout 3 remaster? My favorite Fallout game. I love this game. I've loved this game since I ever first played it. I still love this game. Huge titles here. Huge titles here. Unannounced games. Holy, how do you do this, Microsoft? How do you let this, how does nobody sees anything, nobody picks up anything on this list and thinks, hey, you know, this probably shouldn't be public information. No, they just let it ride. They let it go out there. So out of this list of games, I mean, I know they're old games and people hate when old games get brought back to life, but I would rather play a good old game than a bad new game. And that's just me, but you know, whatever. I think that Oblivion Remaster and Fallout 3 Remastered are freaking awesome to hear. And plus, they're gonna be on Game Pass. So what would you get mad about with this? Absolutely nothing. But like I said, Microsoft, oh, they're not done yet. They want to try and purchase Nintendo, or at least they did a couple of years ago. There's an email from August 6th of 2020, so a couple of years ago, from Phil Spencer talking to other Microsoft people saying, hey, I want to buy Nintendo. I think they would be good for us. I think we need to try to buy Nintendo. I totally agree that Nintendo is the prime asset for us in gaming, and today gaming is our most likely path to consumer relevance. I've had numerous conversations with the LT of Nintendo about tighter collaboration and feel if there's any US company would have a chance with Nintendo, we are probably in the best position. The unfortunate, or fortunate for Nintendo, situation is that Nintendo is sitting on a big pile of cash. They have a BOD that until recently has not been pushed for further increases in market growth or stock appreciation. I say until recently, as our former Microsoft Board of Directors member Value Act has been heavily acquiring shares of Nintendo, and I've kept in touch with Mason Morfitt as he's been acquiring. It's likely he will be pushing for more Nintendo stock, which could create opportunities for us. Without that catalyst, I don't see an angle to a near-term mutual agreeable merger of Nintendo and Microsoft, and I don't think hostile action would be a good move, so we are playing the long game. But our board of directors has seen the write-up on Nintendo and Valve, and they are fully supportive on either if opportunity arises, as am I. Phil Spencer, are you out of your mind? Do you not know the history of your company that you work for, Microsoft? You tried this before. You tried to buy Nintendo before, and this is when Nintendo was not at the moment they are in right now. This was early 2000, and they laughed you out of the building. You had money then, you have money now. There's no reason for Nintendo to sell to you unless every single person just doesn't want to be there anymore. Every single person, they don't want to make hardware, they don't want to make games, they don't want to make money. You obviously want Nintendo to go the route of Sega, I am assuming, and basically get all of these IPs. But what's the incentive for Nintendo? Because there really isn't any. Right now, they have created their own sort of thing. Now, like I said, this is probably an email that was done just because, you know, everybody probably wants to buy Nintendo. I'm sure you could look through Jim Ryan's emails and see him trying to purchase Nintendo. You know, I'm sure there's people at Nintendo that wanted to purchase, you know, different companies and stuff like that. It's pretty standard jargon within the business world. You're just kind of spitballing ideas, ideal situations, things that you think would be very good for you. But holy shit, man. Microsoft just, they look so stupid right now. Leaking a brand new system, leaking a brand new controller, leaking a laundry list of brand new games, and pretty much admitting, hey, we want to buy Nintendo, baby. Let's get the big N on our side. And man, oh man, there was another email where it was like, it's funny. They were talking about how they wanted to have the Xbox Series systems branded as Sega in Japan, which is something I talked about years ago on this channel. Another victory for RGT. There's tons of emails, there's tons of information to siphon through, and I'm not going to go through all of it. I'm just going to talk about the more interesting stuff. And this was definitely the more interesting stuff. So let me know in the comment section down below, how you feeling about this? How you feeling about another Xbox console that just happens to be all digital, that's actually a little bit better than the Series X that we have right now? What do you think of the new controller? What do you think of the lineup of games? And what do you think about them buying Nintendo? Would you like to see it? I know some people would, you know, I get it, you know, because you're going to get higher visual fidelity, higher frame rates out of your Nintendo games, but at what cost? At what cost? There's a reason why Nintendo's able to churn out, you know, 5 or 6 games during a Nintendo Direct that all come out within like 6 months to 8 months, whereas these other companies, they show you the same things kind of over and over again with no release dates in sight because of their business model and the way they have things down. Let me know what you think of everything in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. Channel's been friggin' killing it in views lately, getting a bunch of new subscribers too. I sincerely appreciate it. Glad you guys are along for the ride because we're just getting started, man. This holiday season's going to be extremely busy, tons of games coming out, and I'm going to be covering as many as I can. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.